Hey man, I'm coming at y'all with this video. Been watching a lot of, YouTube uploads after the Errol Spence performance, and I thought it was a good performance based on what he did with the guy inside the ring. I thought I seen some things in the first round that Ocampos was doing against Errol Spence. I won't divulge that, man, because when you divulge that and talk about that, people don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about the knockout because knockout caused amnesia. The fact that Earl Spence got rid of the guy in the first round with a body shot. Everybody, they're not going to want to hear what you got to say about what other minute things happened, but it was some things that happened that Earl Spence have a habit of doing, and I'm pretty sure Team Crawford was looking at the fight and they seen that Earl Spence is, he's still doing the same thing when you do certain things in the ring. And Ocampos was landing some really good body shots too as well. And I don't know that y'all know that Terrence Crawford goes to the body very well too. So the same thing that Earl Spence can do, I'm telling y'all, Terrence Crawford can do that same thing. But I made this video for this reason. A lot of fans are overrating, overrating. A lot of fans are overrating Earl Spence's performance, and what I mean by that is, they're taking this performance right here and they trying to draw a parallel and say, well, this is going to happen to Terrence Crawford because of what Earl Spence did to Ocampos. Now, let's put everything in perspective because there's a lot of people don't know how to do this. A lot of people don't know how to put things in perspective. And putting this in perspective is Ocampos never fought anybody in the top 10 at in the top 20 in welterweight. Let alone not even he ain't even touched nobody in the top 10. He didn't face anybody in the top 20 until he faced Earl Spence yesterday. So he had no prior experience to even close to a big fight. So he never even been in that position. Now it's his first time in that position, and he couldn't. Earl Spence went in there. He probably got hit. By something and harder than he ever got hit before as far as competition is concerned. So let's put that in perspective. And another thing, a lot of people are saying, well, it's not like Ocampos went in there and laid down. He did fight. So, they trying to get Earl Spence a whole lot of credit for that. But if I recall, Bud Crawford knocked out Ndago, who had legitimately 2 titles at the time, who definitely fought guys in the top 10. And if you want to count the IBO, he had the IBO strap too. And when he knocked him out in the second round, people was calling Ndago a bum. Now they called a guy a bum who had 2 titles and they wouldn't even get Crawford the respect he deserved for that performance. Now Crawford should have, if Earl Spence got crazy, and people got crazy over this knockout, they should have really got crazy over the Ndago knockout, because that was a guy that had 3 titles and 2 legitimate titles, and who had faced top level guys as far as guys that had titles before he faced Crawford. So he wasn't green, he wasn't a contender like this young man was a contender. Now I don't know what Ocampos was going to be down the road, but yesterday he was green. He was kind of winging punches from his hips. So, he'd never been in that position before. He needs some more seasoning, and maybe Earl Spence caught him at the right time. But when Crawford beat another guy, Victor Postal, and beat him, and Victor Postal didn't win a round, in my estimation, people call Victor Postal a bum. But then when Crawford beat Jeff Horn, people say, well, Jeff Horn had no skills. The same Jeff Horn that beat the great Manny Pacquiao, who y'all cannot say Manny Pacquiao was a bum at the time, because Manny Pacquiao was coming off wins versus Vargas and a win versus Timothy Bradley. So y'all can't say Pacquiao was a bum or Pacquiao was washed up or Pacquiao had a couple coming into that fight with a couple losses. No, Jeff Horn beat a pretty good Pacquiao. So, man, and look, don't draw no parallels between what Earl Spence did yesterday to Ocampos to Crawford, because that's not going to happen when Crawford fight him. Crawford is a much vastly different fighter than Ocampos. It's beyond night and day. It's beyond night and day. And the reason why you guys are saying this is because y'all know Terrence Crawford passed the quote unquote big man complex, like like y'all said, the welterweights was going to be too big for well, y'all said Spence was going to be too big for Terrence Crawford, and some of the other welterweights was going to be too big for Terrence Crawford, and he passed that test because Jeff Horn he struggled making 147. Jeff Horn probably should be fighting at 154 right along. You know, Spence can fight at 154. Guys like Keith Thurman can fight at 154. Sean Porter can fight at 154. Those are some big welterweights. And I can tell you that Jeff Horn is bigger than Sean Porter and just as big as Errol Spence. Jet is probably, he could be bigger than Errol Spence. He's just as big as Errol Spence and could be bigger. And y'all know Crawford passed that test with flying colors. And now y'all gonna try to come up with Errol Spence is more technically sound. But see, I knew other things was going to come once Terrence Crawford beat Jeff Horn in the manner that he beat him in. Because I knew Jeff Horn had grit. I knew Jeff Horn, you know, was coming to fight. But I knew Terrence Crawford was going to be too much for him. It's just like other welterweights. The only welterweight, if he get his stuff right, the welterweight is going to give Terrence Crawford problems is Keith Thurman. And y'all may laugh at that, but Keith Thurman never lost in the ring. So y'all can say what y'all want to say. Y'all can say he's scared. Y'all can say this. Y'all can say he's scared of Errol Spence. He don't want to fight Errol Spence. This man never lost in the ring. And this man is still dangerous with both hands. And this man is still dangerous with his speed, his power, and his foot movement. So he's going to be Terrence Crawford's test, not Errol Spence. And I seen this story before. I seen this is when, this kind of remind me of, but Errol Spence is a lesser version of a Tito Trinidad. But it's kind of remind me when Tito Trinidad was doing his thing on the IBL side and De La Hoya was doing his thing on the IBL side. De La Hoya was, to me, had more dimensions to his game and can box better than Tito Trinidad and can punch. But Tito Trinidad can punch, and Tito Trinidad had one punch knockout. Yeah, go get your mama. And